Hi, what is a pioneer? I've actually done some research around this, asking a lot of pioneers this question, and I've come up with five things from the answers they've given me. Firstly, it's finding a new way or a new path. Secondly, it's seeing or imagining new possibilities, so it's gift of sight. Thirdly, it's building stuff, making stuff happen. Fourthly, overcoming injustice to build a better world. And then lastly, it's growing new forms of church where church isn't. So those five things, and I think in terms of pioneering, you could probably mix and match those. Second thing in relation to pioneering is, I mean, this is a really simple stat, I think, from some research that Tearfund did, that however well we do church as it is at the moment, probably maximum of 20% of the population might come along to that and relate to that. So there's 80 to 85% who, however well we do things, are not going to come to church the way we do it at the moment. So what that means is there's just a massive opportunity to think about things differently in their world. And pioneering's really thinking about that question. How might we go where those people are and grow something in their world rather than expect them to come to us? And thirdly, thinking about pioneering, I mean, sometimes it sounds like it's out there, away from things, but actually most pioneering things have a relationship to a parish. They're not cut off a million miles away from things. So for those of you in a parish, I think that's kind of reassuring. Um, and I've come to think about pioneering can be helpful to think of it as low-level innovation. So you don't have to do the most extreme thing you've ever heard of. You can do stuff that's close to you. So an example of that, St Mary's in Ealing, where I am, there's a guy, Wayne, who heard a thing on the radio about loneliness. And as a result of that, he went to the vicar and said he wanted to do something about loneliness and started a lunch in the week. It's called Polygonian Friends. And that's now grown to about 40 people who don't frequent the church normally and has grown a new community. I don't think he would even think of it as pioneering or a fresh expression. He's retired in his 70s. So that seems to me a good example of how pioneering can just come from something you see in a parish. Then fourthly, how do you begin? I mean, I think that the first thing to do for the church leader or the group thinking about how the church goes is to let the congregation, let people know that you want creative ideas. I think it's really important you say we're up for stuff. And then secondly, I would create something like I call it a dreaming space, but a space in which those ideas are welcome and can be talked about, and ideally make that in an informal space like a pub or someone's house or something over a meal. Then thirdly, encourage some experimentation. You don't have to work everything out, but people who've got some ideas, just get them to try it, start it, see what happens, and then reflect on that together as a church and discern what things might be working and where you sense God is calling you to. And that simple process of encouraging creativity, dreaming, trying some things out, seeing what happens may well lead you to start some new things.